Hi, welcome or welcome back to Books and Bocadillos. My name is Mariandrea, and this is a week in review video. Today is Sunday, June the 8th, and let's get to it. I am drinking a poppy soda. I don't see myself drinking anything hot for the next 3 months, um, or rarely drinking anything hot for the next 3 months. So, I usually start this with highs and lows, and the high of the week was that for my birthday last month, in the month of May, my husband got me some tickets to one of my favorite um, artists, and that is Natalia Lafourcade, and she's um, a cancionera. She is a cantora. She is a singer, songwriter from Mexico, and I just really love her music. She has that kind of like indie, soft rock. Sometimes it sounds a little like bossa nova. There's one earworm that I just cannot get out of my head. So anyway, I had a blast. I took one of my besties, one of my BFFs to the concert, and we had a great time. Um, Lows. Okay, so I'm gonna just be honest here, this low, and not say the weather, because the weather's always gonna be a low for the next few months because um a low is booktube FOMO. Like that's a real thing. And I just kind of feel like I wish I had more time. Like, I work full time. I have projects. I have things that I work on. Um, you know, I teach. I do stuff um beyond my job, and I can't keep up. Like, I look at so many of my favorite booktubers and their videos, and I just wish that I had the time and the skill to do more. But I don't have the time and I don't have the skill, and I can't do more than what I'm already doing. So I am so grateful to all of you who stick around and watch my videos and leave me comments. And yeah, thank you. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being here. And I'm sorry that I want to do better, but I want to be around more. I want to do more with this channel, but it's kind of hard, and I feel like I'm missing out on something, and think if I had more time, I could just do a little bit more. So that's I've been struggling with a little bit of the YouTube FOMO. Um, I haven't posted anything to my community posts. And I did do a tag this week. I did the second time around book tag. I was tagged by Pat at Book Chat with Pat, and this tag was created by Julie at Bookish Travels 1, and I realized just a few minutes ago that I did not include the props to those tags, to that tag in that description box. Thank you, Cat, at Curious Cat, for letting me know. I'm so sorry. I don't know what I was thinking or not thinking. Completely forgot to do that. I also sometimes forget to tag people. Sometimes I'll do a tag and I'll get to the end and I'll just completely forget and not realize it's a tag and I didn't tag anybody. But I did remember to tag people. I just didn't remember to put the prompts in the description box. But that's been done. Now, okay. So on to the books. I finished a book. I'm really excited. I finished The Griefkeeper by Alexandra Villasante. This book won the Lambda Literary Award. So I picked this for the Books and Bocadillos book club for the month of June, because it's also in celebration of Pride Month. And I think that this was a really good Pride Month read. I absolutely loved Marisol. Marisol is the main character in the story, and she is an immigrant asylum seeker from El Salvador. And she has come because she's come to the United States because her brother was killed by gangs, and she is being targeted. Um, she and her family are being targeted. And it's a bit of a slow burn at the beginning, like things are slowly building up. And then you get to a point and it just picks up. The pace just completely picks up. I really, really enjoyed this book. Trigger warnings for gang violence, and derogatory language. Like there's a lot of slurs in this book, and that's part of the situation. It's part of the language. It feels very real, authentic. I think Alexandra Villasante did a really, really nice job with this YA novel. It's a YA, and I mean, I'm still processing it. I'm still like um, talking about it on Discord. I haven't. I know. I think Crystal from the channel Viber Artsy, she finished this recently as well, and I don't know if anybody else is reading this. I think maybe Melinda from Web Stories might be reading this month with us, but I want to say something about the book club in just a little bit, so I guess I'll wait. But yeah, this was a great book, and I think maybe there's still people talking about it, but I'm going to wait and just talk a little bit more about it another time. But so far, it's it was a great book. I'm really glad I read it. Really excited to finish it this week. Once I got into a certain point of this, I just couldn't put it down. It was such a compelling read. I didn't DNF any books this week, and then the currently reading pile. So I'm a dabbler, and so you must know that there are books that I'm dabbling that I'm always reading. Like I mentioned, Middlemarch is one that I'm always reading. I'm always kind of have like books that I start and then put aside. I don't DNF them. I just come back to them and I kind of read them very slowly. But currently, like actively reading these books. It's Detransition Baby by Torrey Peters. I am reading this book for Melinda from Web Stories in Real Life Online Book Club. And I'm going to wait to talk about it till I talk about it with the book club. But I'm having kind of like mixed emotions. Like I'm still like processing it. I'm not sure where I'm landing on it just yet. The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck. And I'm reading this book for the Summer of Steinbeck, and also with Melinda and some friends at through Melinda's Boxer group. And also it's part of my Big Book Summer TBR. I'm also reading In the Unlikely Event by Judy Blume. So just a little bit of a background. Suey and I have been talking a lot about YA on and off our channels. In the month of August, we are going to be co-hosting the event Yagist, in which we read YA literature, and we'll do an announcement video. There'll be more to come on that. But in a recent Suey video, she did a really awesome like author profile, and I just really loved it. And I told her I wanted to kind of mirror it and use it to discuss other YA, like another YA author, YA books. And I thought I mentioned in the comments to her video that I was thinking maybe I would do one on Judy Blume. So I'm working on that. But I'm realizing that there's a lot of Judy Blume books. And so In the Unlikely Event is not a YA, it's an adult fiction book. But I want to get a taste for how Judy Blume's writing shifts. I've read middle grade Judy Blume, I've read some of the YA Judy Blume books, and now I'm getting a taste for an adult fiction. I'm also, I have it queued, I haven't started yet, but the audiobook, it's like a biography of Judy Blume. I'll probably mention that next week because I'm probably going to start it this week. And I'm also rereading, I mentioned this last time, I'm rereading Blackwater Sister by Chantel. I was reading it a couple of weeks ago actively, still on my queue. I've taken a pause because I have Detransition Baby that I'm trying to finish on audio. And I have Blackwater Sister on audio, so it was competing with that one because I have the book club coming up. I had to put Blackwater Sister reread aside for now so that I can complete the book club book. And then the other one that I wanted to mention, and this is for my Books and Bocadillos book club. So I said this over and over again. The month of March, stuff happened. I dropped all of my reading projects for that month. I didn't finish so many reading projects, and it wasn't none of the reading projects that I had started in that month are reading projects that I meant to abandon. So I didn't want to TNF any of them. So I've slowly been taking back some of those books that I had started and didn't get to finish in the month of March. One of those being the book club book for the month of March, which was The Distant Marvels. It's right here. The Distant Marvels by Chantel Acevedo. I am actually further along here because I have it on Kindle as well. So I'm like 75% through with this book. I want to finish it. So because I finished The Grief Keeper early because it was such a propulsive reading experience and I just so into it, I have some time to pull back bring back The Distant Marvels and try to work on finishing that one. And so I wanted to share that with you because I understand that the Books and Bocadillos book club might not be something that you can do every month, but I just want to say, put it out there. If you like any of the titles that are there, or you're curious about any of the titles that I've chosen for the Books and Bocadillos book club, but you don't have time to read it in a month, I'm still reading this one. And when I finish, I'm going to go back to that thread on my Discord and let y'all know that I finished and what my thoughts were. But I wanted to share that because I wanted you to know that it's okay if you need more time with the book. I have a friend in real life who participates, and she's been reading along, but I think there was a lot of the books that I chose she wanted to read, if not all of them, but she's not able to keep up like a book in a month. So she told me recently, like she just finished Olga Dice Streaming, which we started in February, and people read that in the month of February. I still have like friends and one of my friends in real life saying, I just finished it. When can we talk about it? And so, yeah, pick it up as you're able to, and don't be shy to just let us know when you pick it up, when you finish. I think those conversations are meant to be ongoing, and they're not meant to be restrictive or excluding anyone. So I just wanted to put that out there in case you are interested. Maybe you are curious about the Grief Keeper, but your June TBR is just crazy and you don't have time for it now and you want to pick it up later. You can always do that when you get to it and then come back to the thread and let us know, what your thoughts were. In terms of community events or community activities, I'm reading Big Book Summer. So I mentioned that one. Big Book Summer is an event that's hosted by Sue Jackson, and this year Melinda from Web Stories is also co-hosting Big Book Summer, so I have the Grapes of Wrath going for that one. And then after I finish, probably after I finish the Grapes of Wrath, I'm gonna move on to The Streets of Laredo by Larry McMurtry, and that is going to be my book pick for June on the Range. And the Summer of Steinbeck, I'm also reading The Grapes of Wrath, so I'm kind of doubling up with that Grapes of Wrath book. And I'm also reading that one with Melinda at Web of Stories. I want to shout out a book channel that I have been really like drawing some book recs from recently, the Melodramatic Bookworm. I love her channel, and she had a video that she posted just this week about the International Booktube, no, the Booker International Booker Prize, and I really enjoyed that video, and I got some really great book recs from that one. So wanted to mention that channel as one that I really enjoy watching. And the podcast that I'd like to recommend is The Protocol by the New York Times. I discovered this because they dropped an episode into the New York Times Daily, the daily podcast this week, and it's the protocol for transitioning. It's the policies that were created to help make puberty blockers and healthcare available to people who are trans. And I really enjoyed the psychology of this discussion, the real experience of how the compassion, right? The compassion for these treatments being available, for the complex issue of like study and medicine and advancing medicine and studying the effects, and how all of this was developed because there was a real life subject that made themselves available to take these medications and these puberty blockers and hormone therapy, and had a successful transition. So I was really interested in learning about that, and I loved it. I'm still making my way through that podcast series, but I recommend it, and I have thoughts about it, but I'm gonna just wait because I'm tying that with my read of Detransition Baby, but I need to discuss that with the book club, and then I can probably talk about it more freely here. And then lastly, food. So I'll add a recipe in the description box, but I want to talk about Tex-Mex food. And I think that there is nothing more Tex-Mex than a taco salad. And that's what I had for dinner tonight. I made us a taco salad, like a big bowl of taco salad. So we're probably going to have taco salad for a couple of days. Well, today and tomorrow. It'll be done by tomorrow. And I think the taco salad always does better the next day because it has time for the flavors to all like come together. My mouth is watery. It's so good. But I think that taco salads are the most Tex-Mex food. Tex-Mex cuisine is really good in its own, like on its own, in its own way. It's not Mexican food, but it's like taking Mexican food and making it more American, more Texan. Like it's just, I live in Texas, so it's part of the culture. I think Tex-Mex is this probably the largest um, food group, food cuisine, and in the area. And you know, I don't compare it to Mexican food because it's just two different things. It's Mexican food is one thing, but Tex-Mex food is something else. And yes, the names are probably the same. Like you know, you might say enchiladas. Well, enchiladas, Tex-Mex enchiladas are different than Mexican enchiladas. You know might see tacos, and the Mexican tacos, Mexican street tacos are very different from the Taco Bell kind of like crispy shell, crunchy shell tacos. In Mexico, a salad is not like you don't really see a taco salad. That's not a thing. It's like it's a cuisine. It's not like you go to a restaurant and order a taco salad. That's totally Texan American, like taking on and taking a taco and deconstructing it and calling it a salad. So anyway, it's so good. I love a taco salad, and I think it's probably one of my favorite foods of summer. Taco salads, and peach cobblers are probably my two favorite summer foods. And yeah, that's all that I have to talk about today. I just wanted to share my love of taco salads and all things Tex-Mex. Let me know what your favorite summer foods are, what you think about Tex-Mex food. What's your favorite thing to order at a Tex-Mex restaurant? I am curious. And if you've never been to a Tex-Mex restaurant, I'm just curious to know what you imagine you might find. But thank you so much for watching, and we'll talk again soon. Hasta la proxima. So hot. Anyway, stop talking about the weather.